Hi, I'm King 5 Meteorologist Rich Marriott, and we had a pretty nice Sunday around most of western Washington with lots of sunshine. Temperatures made it up into the mid-50s most spots and a really nice sunset. Started off this morning with a few areas of clouds around, but overall a lot of sunshine, and definitely seeing the lengthening daylight, especially in the evenings. In fact, we're going to have our first after 6 sunset on Thursday, and then we get into daylight savings time. We spring forward on Sunday, and then suddenly our sunsets are going to be after 7 p.m. So big jump there in early March every year. As we head towards the middle part of April, we'll see that next milestone, the 8 o'clock sunsets head our way. And then early in June, we start to get those 9 o'clock sunsets where it stays light with the twilight until after 10 o'clock in some places. So definitely headed towards our spring and summer daylight in the evenings for sure. And just to be sure you remember, on Sunday morning at 2 a.m., clocks go an hour forward. You set it from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. So we spring forward, and we've also got a good time then to change the batteries in your smoke detectors whenever you change the clocks. Looking out this morning, we've been looking at a pretty good day, and it's going to be a little bit warmer than what we saw yesterday. We had 56 degrees officially out of the airport, 4 degrees warmer than normal, and we're going to be even warmer than that today. Started off with a little bit of fog around this morning. That burned off really quickly up there around the Bellingham area. You can see plenty of sunshine going on there, and it's overall going to be a pretty nice day there at the Granite Falls High School. Might have been a little frost out on the play fields there because temperatures this morning bottomed out in the mid-20s to the mid-30s. So it was definitely a cold morning out there, though already starting to warm up. Queen Anne Tower Cam is actually sitting just in the base of a little cloud there. It's as you'll see, if we take a look from the rooftop camera looking back towards Queen Anne, plenty of sunshine. So we just have a cloud sitting over that camera, which is up above about 500 feet, so a little bit off the ground. And you can see some of those low clouds down there around the Tacoma area, but those will be burning off here pretty quickly as that sun gets higher up in the sky. So I said temperatures bottomed out in the mid-20s to mid-30s, but at mid-morning we're already warmed up into the low to mid-30s, and this afternoon those temperatures are going to push up into the mid-50s to near 60 degrees in some of the warmer spots. So feeling very much like spring this afternoon. We are seeing a change in our pattern, though. If you recall, last week we were constantly being brushed by systems passing either north or south of us, but what we're going to be looking at is a little bit of high pressure that's moved through on Sunday, moving on to the east, and we're going to see this system push in as we head towards Tuesday morning. Unfortunately, it looks like the clouds from that system may start to push in during the morning tomorrow, when we're going to be looking for that total eclipse of the moon, which might make viewing it a little bit more challenging. It does look like the rain over Puget Sound holds off until late morning or early afternoon, but in terms of the clouds, those will be in a little bit earlier than that, unfortunately. Checking that total eclipse, it gets underway at 1:50. You'll see that first bite taken out of the moon as you see the shadow of the Earth gradually spread over the moon. And it becomes total between 3 and 4 o'clock roughly, where it'll be totally immersed in the Earth's shadow, and then finally springs back out again as we head towards a little after 4. And then that partial eclipse is over with by about 5:17. But while it's in totality, it actually is going to look kind of red, and the reason for that kind of an orangish red is this is what the view would look like from the moon looking back towards the Earth while it's for the Earth a total lunar eclipse. The only light that's going to be illuminating the surface of the moon is the light that passes right near the edge of the Earth, which actually is the sunrise-sunset line. So as you can imagine, since the refraction of light through there here on the ground gives us those reddish and orange colors, it's going to give that same tinge to the moon tonight, or tomorrow morning. So you can look for that. Sometimes you don't get that if there's a lot of cloudiness that's kind of coinciding with the sunrise-sunset line. Once in a while you get a totally dark moon just because no light gets on through. So we'll have to wait and see tonight. Checking the cloud cover for 3 a.m. tomorrow as we hit that totality. You can see the clouds are starting to roll in, but it's not a solid mass. There's going to be breaks in the overcast, so definitely still worth going out and taking a look at that tomorrow morning. And again, anywhere from really totality is the thing to see, but anywhere from about 3 to 4 o'clock is where it's going to be totally eclipsed. But it looks kind of interesting before and after as that bite of the moon comes and goes. Take a look at our Snoqualmie Pass camera. Good looking day up there in the mountains. It's going to be like springtime in the mountains for sure. Our snow levels, unfortunately, fairly high. They're up around 8,000 feet today. As that precipitation gets underway tomorrow, about 5,000 feet. It'll drop down to about 4,000, which is the base for most of the ski areas, except the Snoqualmie areas, on Wednesday, and then finally down to Snoqualmie as we head towards Thursday. And then it kind of bounces around a little bit, but starts to edge back up again as we head towards the weekend. Overall, that extended forecast for the mountains does reflect that. Looking for rain as we head into Tuesday, except above 5,000 feet, and then kind of a rain-snow mix. You'll just see snow as we head towards Thursday, and then that rain-snow mix again with those snow levels starting to go back up again. I don't think they're going to be seeing much in the way of any rain on Sunday. I think that's going to be a partly sunny day overall, so we'll be looking for some spring skiing again, it looks like, over the weekend. Checking the high temperatures today down here in the lowlands, looking pretty good. Mid-50s to right around 60 degrees down there in the South Sound, so should feel pretty nice. The record out at SeaTac, by the way, is 64 degrees set back in 1965, and I don't think we're going to be anywhere near that. SeaTac will probably top out around 58, 59 degrees. Tomorrow you see that cooling as that front starts to push in here, dropping back to normal in the low 50s. We'll see the rain become steady later in the day tomorrow, turn to off and on showers on Wednesday, and then those showers will continue Thursday. Should see them decrease on Friday, and right now it looks like only a few leftover showers on Saturday, and then partly sunny Sunday. Highs over the weekend again holding right around normal in the low 50s.